Baked salmon and asparagus can get kind of boring, which is why we're getting creative with this salmon pesto pasta. That way you can enjoy salmon and its health benefits several nights a week. Hey there, I'm Molly Thompson from What Molly Made. Welcome back to my kitchen where we make good food that makes you feel good too. Today we are making a simple salmon pesto pasta to add to your weeknight routine. Plus, I'm sharing a few tips to keep this gluten and dairy free. If you haven't already, allow the salmon to rest at room temp for about 10 to 20 minutes. This tempers the salmon so cold salmon from the fridge doesn't reduce the heat in the hot pan. While it's resting, cook 12 ounces of shortcut pasta like penne according to the package directions. We like to use a gluten-free penne. After it's done, reserve about 1/3 cup of the pasta water for the sauce if you're using it that way. When you're ready, season the flesh side of the salmon fillets generously with kosher salt. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of avocado oil or butter to a deep skillet over medium-high heat. Allow it to get hot until the oil is rippling, then add the salmon flesh side down and sear for 5 minutes without moving. You can check occasionally to see if it's browning, but try not to move it too much. Flip the salmon over and cook for another 2 to 3 minutes or until the internal temperature of the salmon reaches about 125 degrees Fahrenheit and the salmon begins to flake. The cook time will vary based on the thickness of your salmon. The salmon will continue to cook slightly after removing it from the heat and will cook a bit more in the pasta. Transfer the cooked salmon to a clean plate, then add 1/3 cup of the reserved pasta water or dry white wine to the pan where the salmon is cooked, scraping any brown bits off the bottom of the pan. Add 1/2 cup of your favorite pesto to the pan and stir. We like to use a homemade dairy-free pesto, or you can find some great ones at Trader Joe's. Let the pesto simmer over medium heat for 1 to 2 minutes, then while you're whisking, slowly pour in 1/4 cup of coconut cream or heavy cream until combined. Whisk in 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice and allow it to simmer for another 5 minutes to reduce and thicken slightly. Pour the cooked pasta into the sauce, then toss everything gently to coat the pasta with the sauce. Top the pasta with 1 pound of asparagus that's been cut into 2 to 3 inch pieces, and without stirring, cover it with a lid or a large plate for 3 to 4 minutes to steam the asparagus over medium heat. While it's steaming, remove any skin from the salmon and use a knife or a fork to break up the salmon into chunks. Add the salmon to the pasta and stir to coat in the sauce, being careful not to break up the salmon too much. Serve a big bowl of salmon pesto pasta with Parmesan cheese and/or fresh basil. Now you have another way to enjoy salmon every single week. It's packed full of flavor, nutrients, and healthy fats to keep you full and balanced. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen today. If you want to keep cooking with me, check out these easy, healthy weeknight meals.